Goes big over the extra cover. Yet again, a maximum for Mohammad Wasim.
You've got a feel for Puri here. He hasn't done a lot wrong. Problem is, it's such a short boundary in the offside, and he's got so much protection in the deep on the leg side. Only 4 men allowed out at this stage. So he's got long off and long on out, and then 2 others in the deep on the leg side. 239, Mudassir. We spoke about today being the litmus test in terms of how would they react to a defeat. I know we're only a quarter of the way through the match. I think it's fair to say pretty well.
I feel pity for the Singapore, but look at that partnership, 239 runs partnership of 152 balls was well dominated by Mohammad Wasim on 151 and well supported by the young lad Vritya, 19 fours and 16 sixes, second wicket partnership. Records are tumbling down here in Kirtipur, TU International Ground, UAE dominating here against Singapore. At last, they realized it was the end of the over, 27 gone, 261 for the loss of 1.
This could get very, very ugly over the course of the next 90 minutes or so. The reality is they are going to go down to a heavy defeat here, even though we're only a quarter of the way through the game. They have to find a way to take wickets to stem this flow. They're going to go to their youngster, the young quick, Aditya Bhargava. Both of these batters will enjoy the extra pace on the ball. There's a great culture of the game in Singapore. There's a thriving club scene, over 5,000 registered players, and the most famous ground there in Padang, in the heart of the city centre, Singapore Cricket Club. Guided away very nicely. Will be a couple. But I think the lesson they're getting here today, being honest, oh, here we are, we just found one of the herds of cows. I don't know where they are. Well, they're just outside the back of the ground, look at that. Here you are, lads. Careful of the flying cricket balls, please, cow 1, 2, 3 and 4.
They're clever enough, they're just moving away from the ground. Rare dot delivery.
I think what they're getting, Mudassir, here is a really tough lesson in the realities of the best associate sides now in the world. UAE would count within that. The exposure, the additional exposure that those top 7 are now top 8, with Netherlands coming back in to Cricket World Cup League 2 have from 50 over cricket. It's pulled them away. And being honest, the fitness levels, the fielding, the strength and conditioning of the Singapore players, that needs work. That was one of the things I was impressed with Saudi Arabia yesterday. Their head coach, who has experience amongst the leading associates, Kabir Khan, did coach Afghanistan. He took them through to become a test nation. First thing he's done when he's come in, all he's focused on is fitness and strength and conditioning. He's taken 30 players and he said to them, we need to be as fit as the other teams we go and play against them. I think that's a good lesson that Singapore could take back to their thriving club scene. Identify, they do have young talent. Akshay Puri is a serious cricketer. Janak Prakash, who's not here, Aryaman Uchil. I think this youngster bowling now, Aditya Bhargava's got more than a good bit of potential. To the block hole, powered down the ground, 4 more. That's not a bad delivery, it's just an excellent shot. Wasim always putting on a batting clinic here, how to power a hit in the modern game.
It wasn't a bad delivery. Look at that timing and the placement by Mohammad Wasim, generating that power yet again in his shots, finding those boundaries on regular intervals. Now Mohammad Wasim moves to 160.
Now, there's a man down there. Can he get the catch? He can. Big moment. And the youngster's got a second. That may stem the flow because Wasim was going at nearly 200 and well bowled. Credit to the youngster. He's dug it in. And because it's the longer side of the ground, he's forced him to hit two. That would have gone for 6 at the other end. Instead, he's picked out the deep third fielder. It's been highly entertaining. It's been an innings of the highest quality, but Wasim, he has to go.
Full marks to this youngster. Just surprising Wasim with that back of line delivery. Short delivery and excellent catch taken. The third man by Manpreet Singh. End of a wonderful, excellent knock. The captain Mohammad Wasim. 160 in just 82 deliveries. UAE 268 for the loss of 2.
Gorgeous shots being provided by our drone camera. Maybe a bit of a surprise. We felt that it was ripe time to push on and think of 500. Get Asif Khan to the crease instead. It's the regular number 4, it's Ramesh Azad, who, very fine player, won't score quite as quickly as Asif Khan. Maybe is there an element of the UAE looking at the tournament that comes ahead after this and wanting to get overs, time in the middle into Ramesh Azad and get him back towards his best. Come back to that. We'll have a commentary change after this. 28 bowled. It's 268 for 2.
Sigh of relief for Singapore. The Advitya Bhargava got better of Mohammad Wasim. He was expensive, but he got that big wicket. Made 160, the captain of UAE. Vinod has been introduced, and it's the right time for me to introduce in the com box. It's the Sharad. Welcome back, Sharad. Run feast here in Kirtipur TU International Ground.
Yeah, that's very rare to see. Haven't seen this kind of score in 28 overs. Maybe it's for the first time.
Inside out, Vritti Arvind. Though he has lost his captain, but he continues to get those boundaries for UAE. Ritya moves to 87, man in form in this tournament. The young lad, excellent shot. Not a poor delivery, but look at that adjustment, Sharad.
Yeah, you could see him bending his back knee to get that elevation under the ball. Beautiful timed it. Using that short boundary in the offside. 6 more runs and Britya is moving to yet another 100. Just 13 short of it.
The tournament this lad is having, wicketkeeper batter Vritti Arvind. Making room and found the gap. No protection in the deep. Ball races towards the fence. Back-to-back boundary for Vritti Arvind.
Look at this shot. Made room for himself. Using that gap. No fielders outside the 30-yard. Moves on to 91. His runs has come in a quicker pace as well. Not as fast as Wasim. But he certainly is scoring above that strike rate of 100.
To 90s, Vritia. Sensible pace of batting. Not sure whether the UAE team knows about the record of 500. We're expecting Asif Khan Behruz to come in at the fall of the captain's wicket, but it's Ramesh Shahzad, the experience and one of the finest batters. This lineup of UAE making a comeback this year. Was with the team, traveled to Namibia, scored that crucial 50 against it. Just taken it against the Jersey. Could get those 2 points for UAE. 279 for 2.
Bhaskaran continues. Sixth over. Ramiz, who has just come in, making a comeback in this UAE side. Very good player. Remember him scoring 100 against West Indies in the last qualifier. Been playing for the UAE team from a long time actually.
Loud appeal, caught in front. The finger goes up. It's a duck for Ramesh Shahzad. Excellent piece of bowling by Vinod Bhaskaran, keeping it simple. Batsman committed on the front foot, beating the bat.
That looked a close one, unless he has got an inside edge. That looked dead in front. Hit him in the back foot. Ramesh Shahzad goes off without scoring. UAE are 279 for 3.
Was there an edge after pitching? It was just going down the leg. The decision stays with the umpire and he needs to depart. Not trouble the scorers. End of Ramesh Shahzad. 29 gone, 279 for the loss of 3. Asif Khan, the right-hand batter, the run machine. 34 matches, 1,033 runs and the strike rate 82.4. Extraordinary form this season. 41 balls, 100. The same venue against Nepal. He was on the losing side. Just a couple of hundreds to his name. Both the times he scored the 100. UAE went on to lose the match.
Yeah, probably he would not be happy. Rami's trying to defend that. Just missed the bat. Seems, yeah, he was disappointed. Very tough to see from this angle that if he got any bat on it.
2 wickets in 2 overs. Singapore now slowly pulling things back. These are parents of Vritia. Nicely played, straight towards the fielder. Sitting box. The current Nepal international player Sharad. Just talking about the rise of Nepal, especially in the associate circuit. It has been tremendous, especially that last 1.5 year. They were struggling at one stage, but winning 11 out of 12 matches, qualifying for that place in Zimbabwe for the qualifiers for 50 overs World Cup. What a turnaround! The team is playing as a unit.
Absolutely no doubt about it. Yeah, it's nothing short of a miracle actually to win 11 out of 12 in this level actually. Yeah, they have turned things around for their favor. I have to give credit to the coach and the team as well. Not to forget Can as well. The board has done a very big job in bringing Monty back to this team. He was here with the under 19 team as a mentor, but hasn't he made a difference in this team?
Different kind of stories we talk about in Nepal and UAE. Same goes with the UAE. They were struggling big time last couple of months. They found that mantra towards the winning ways. It's always good to have a unity in your team. You play for your partner, you run for your partner, you take those runs for your partner, you help your team. The fielders putting that extra effort, taking those catches, helping your bowler to get those wickets. It's a team game. What a rise we have seen lately in associate cricket of Nepal and UAE. It's Aditya, the youngster. They are very watchful, not at all in a hurry. You worked hard for this 93, get those 7 runs, get to that magic figure, then play your shots.
Yeah, most probably that's the way to go. He's actually looked effortless for me, the way he scores his runs. Never looked in a hurry. Rightly said there by Mudassir. What a youngster, what a find for UAE. Yes, talking about UAE and Nepal, they have always been neck and neck. Play their cricket hard against each other. Would be a great semi-final if these both lock horns this Saturday. Big crowds coming in. Would be an interesting one.
Cut hard, finds the gap, ball races towards the fence, off the mark. Asif Khan Behrooz with the boundary. The run machine is out here in Kirtipur, TU International Ground. He loves to bat in TU International Ground. He had the record 41 balls, 100 against Nepal.
Nicely cut there, right in the gap. Starts off with a boundary. Asif, right where from Wasim left, Asif Khan has started the same. Has represented the Pakistan under 19 as well, Asif Khan. What a start he has had to his career in UAE. Would look to get some big runs today as well. If he gets going, UAE are sure to put up a mammoth total here. 30 overs gone, UAE are 285 for 3.
हे उर्लक पे sound is still on. How much? Settings help.
30 overs, 285 for the loss of 3. Look at the top. Captain Mohammad Wasim, 160. He managed in just 82. Young lad Ritya, the wonder kid of UAE, 93. 7 runs away from that magic figure. Vinod Bhaskaran will continue and in the com box with Messi as Sharad.
What an innings that was by Wasim. The best I have seen from him in 50 overs format. Almost at a strike rate of 200. And mind you, this is not a T20 game. Scored 162 off just 80 balls, that is 82 balls. Amazing display of batsmanship.
It's a proud moment for all of us. The way we have seen the talent, especially in this year's ACC Men's Premier Cup, which is happening in Nepal. Another lad, Kushal Malla from Nepal, playing that blinder. Talking about the blinder, we have Asif Khan Behrouz dealing in boundaries, hit hard down the ground, no stopping, ball racing towards the fence, and they are enjoying the parents of Vritya here. And on the right was Sanjit Mohan Sharma's dad and his grandfather.
Beautiful shot there by Asif. Firmly hit right in the gap. 4 more runs. Singapore would have been happy to see the back of Wasim for a start, but they are in further trouble if they don't get the back of Asif. They need to send him back in the dressing room, otherwise it's going to be trouble for Singapore.
Asif Khan Behrouz alongside Vritya, very watchful, taking those singles. Talking about Asif Khan Behrouz, Sharad, he scored a number of runs in domestic circuit. He was never selected. He got a couple of chances, but he was dropped. Then he went on to score those big runs. At last, he got that opportunity in Nepal. With both the hands, he grabbed the opportunity and scored those big runs. Now he's a regular in this side, Asif Khan Behrouz. The support of the fans always plays a crucial role, I believe, for cricket especially. When he was not getting picked in the national side, there were so many supporters taking that social media and posting about Asif Khan Behrouz, coming in support of Asif Khan Behrouz, the love he got from the fans in UAE. Now the results are clearly showing here.
Absolutely. Have heard a lot about him in the domestic cricket in UAE. The 31st over done. UAE are 294 for them. And there's a drinks break in between. We'll have a short break in the commentary box as well. Back in a short while.
back live after the short break. So Bhargava will continue, and the innings of Ritya Arvind continues, and continues with me in the com box is Sharad. Entertainment. It's all about the runs so far in ACC Men's Premier Cup Nepal 2023. What a paradise we are having. It's a paradise, the land of heaven, as we say, the Nepal, and we do have a batting paradise here.
Absolutely. The pitches in TU have been very batting friendly for last 6 months or so. Need to give credit to the curators here. Done a fantastic job. Lush green outfield, good batting wicket. What more do you say? Those drone shots from behind the Kirtipur Stadium, where the Ayurvedic hospital is situated. Beautiful scenes. Waiting for the day that the floodlights will be installed in the cricket ground. If you know Montasir, the Prime Minister here has given direction to the Sports Council to install a digital scoreboard and floodlights as soon as possible. We hope we can see the next ODI series between UAE and Nepal under floodlights.
Always a great news, and this will encourage the players as well as for the supporters here. We have more games, not only the day games, we will have a day and night games here. Slowly, they're progressing very well. If we talk about the Nepal cricket, I was in Malpani. I've covered almost 3 games there, and I came to know from the groundsmen they worked really hard to get this ground ready for particularly for this tournament. And I was very much surprised the way they have made those surfaces. Full marks should be given to the curator, groundswomen, and as well as groundsmen there in Malpani. My whole career, I haven't seen groundswomen. It's the first time in Nepal. I'm watching a hard-working team in Malpani. Excellent job they have done, and same goes with this ground, TU, International Cricket Ground. I'm loving this visit to Nepal.
Rightly pointed out, Mudassir. They have been working very, very hard to get that ground ready. Mulpani as well. The second international ground added in Nepal. That ground used to be only used for domestic games previously. As Ritya Arvind guides that down to the third man. Another single. Yeah, have you got an opportunity, Mudassir, to go around the town a bit? How's your visit till now?
As of now, no, because it's a very tight schedule, back-to-back matches. I have got to a couple of a few restaurants. I like the food. I was a bit worried. This is my first trip, so I was a bit worried about the food and how the people will be. But some lovely bunch of lads. I have met a few in the airport while coming to Nepal. I'm having a lots of fun here. Maybe on an off day, thinking and planning to go somewhere and just try out a few new things in Nepal. 32 gone, 297 for 3.
So Arvind moves on to 98, just too shy of that second 100 in this tournament. He's played very well till now.
As of now, 7 centuries have been scored, including Mohammad Wasim, and can be the second century of this tournament for Ritya Arvind on 98. Width offer, gently pushed, not at all in a hurry, just a single. They're taking some time. Now that 500 looks distance for UAE, but that 100 somewhere near for Ricky Arvind.
Just one shy now, one hit away. Ricky Arvind. He'll definitely make his parents proud, who have come here a long way to watch him bat. Flipped it, added, and that's given. Tried to flick it off the back foot, and Vinod gets a second one. The big Asif Khan, the big wicket of Asif goes. UAE are 4 down now, in some trouble.
Experience of Vinod Bhaskaran strikes again. This time the run machine departs. Asif Khan pushing him on the back foot. Arm delivery. Misses the line completely. Straight away he knows, not at all waiting for the decision. Right decision made by the on-field umpire. That's the end of Asif Khan Behrouz, managing just 11 of 9 deliveries with the help of 2 boundaries. Big wicket for Vinod Bhaskaran, and Singapore 298 for the loss of 4 UAE.
In comes Rohan Mustafa. Look at the experience he has got. 118 matches, 2,500 runs. A left hand, right hand combination in this play. Would be interesting how he goes by about his innings.
What a spell this lad is having. The experience of Vinod Bhaskaran. 2 wickets, Rami Shehzad, then Asif Khan Behrouz. It's Rohan Mustafa facing Vinod for the first time. Look at the running between the wickets. Very quick. And a fumble, resulting in a couple of runs. When he's there out in the middle, you never know, those singles turning into doubles.
Yeah, the hustler Rohan is. He won't miss out on those opportunities to run. Yeah, nicely off the mark. He'll take his time, Rohan. Keep playing those singles and doubles, keeping that loose balls away. And here comes Ritya back on strike. Ritya Arvind eyeing his second 100 in this tournament. What a player he is. He's taken 95 balls, 13 fours, 1 sixes. Above a strike rate of 100. Let's see if he can get this 100 in this ball.
On 99, Ritya Arvind. Very watchful. There you go, Ritya, the wonder kid of UAE. Yet another century, making his parents proud, making everyone here and back home. There you go, the parents of Ritya Arvind. Young lad, he has that knack of scoring those hundreds for UAE, and he loves to play here, Sharad.
What an emotional moment for his parents. Haven't they look happy for him? What a moment for the family. Well played, Ritya. It's 33 overs done. UAE are 303 for 4. Look at them smile. High fives. Amazing to see the support from his parents. Look at the high five going.
They worked really hard behind this player. They gave up everything for this lad. Wherever he went, they traveled with him. The parents of Vritya Arvind, you need that kind of support from your parents. And now the results coming in from Vritya Arvind. Century number 4, and this is the second century in this tournament. The leading scorer so far, Vritya Arvind, 185 in the first match, the same venue. And out cheaply, Mulpani against Hong Kong. This time manages yet again, and 100 unbeaten on 101 is out there with Rohan Mustafa, 303. The second time they have posted a total above 300. Special talent for Arvind.
Amazing talent. What a find for UAE. I've already said, already played 44 matches, just 20 years young. He's gonna play for a long time for UAE, and that's a big wicket. Rohan goes. It's back-to-back wickets coming for Singapore. That's a good catch by Modi. That turned and jumped, took the outside edge of Rohan, and he walks away without even the umpires raising the finger up. Look at that. Turn and bounce. Nicely taken. Juggled it a bit. Did well to manage to take that catch.
Wickets are tumbling down for UAE. It's Rohan Mustafa. He's made 3 of 3 deliveries. UAE 303 for the loss of 5.
In comes Ayan Khan. Another youngster who has been so impressive early in his career, just 16 matches in his List A career, but already scored 315 runs and by impressive strike rate of 81.8, batting in the middle order. That's impressive to say the least.
Ayan Afzal Khan. But extraordinary player, very talented. The days of under 19 showed everyone what an amount of talent he has, especially that under 19 World Cup played final against West Indies. He scored 92 runs. UAE went on to win the plate final in the dugout of UAE. Mudassar Nazar, the coach, he played a crucial role as Monty Sir is playing for Nepal.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Mudassar. In a short time, hasn't he brought back UAE in good form?
Absolutely, Sharad. And when they have lost against Hong Kong, the next day was the Eid day. They lost the match, they were in the ground. Everyone was thinking that coach will have some harsh word. Straight away he said, relax guys, tomorrow is the Eid day, so you just go out and enjoy. So this is a positive message you need to send to the lads. Yes, they have lost against Hong Kong, but it's not the end of the journey. They have a couple of more games, and here we go. They are scoring those big runs. Mohammad Wasim, now Vritya. So it's always you need to have a right combination of players as well as the management and the other strengthening coach, assistant coach, your friend Ahmad Raza, former captain of UAE.
Hasn't he done a good job as well, Ahmad? Just retired. It's 34 done. UAE are 304 for 5. Max 11. Singapore bowling first. You can see the bowling card. 8 bowlers used. Out of that, Bhaskaran has been impressive picking up that 2 wickets. 35th over in progress. See the UAE dugout. Bit disappointed would be Rohan. Couldn't get off a good start today. But nonetheless, the team in a very good position. 304 for 5. What a start.
Foundation has been laid by the captain, and Vritti Arvind still strong out there in the middle. After the 15 overs left in this innings, now they are charging up the fielders of Singapore. 7 fielders inside the 30-yard circle, putting that pressure, Bhaskaran.
Bowled well, Vinod, in his 9th over. Probably UAE would look to play out his overs. He's been the bowler to watch out for Singapore. Need a small partnership here, Vritti and Ayan, the 2 youngsters. Clipping it away nicely down the leg side. Running away. Slight misfield. Did well to stop before the boundary, Manpreet. 3 runs taken.
Just drifting towards the legs of Ayan Afzal Khan and nicely nudged towards the fine leg. There you go. They were chased by the fielder Manpreet at fine leg and putting that slide a bit early. Fumble. 3 runs have been added to the total. Sridhya on strike. Now he'll be very watchful, and he wants to make sure he stays till the end for the UAE. And he has ample of time. And can he go past 150? Sridhya Arvind, half of the side back in the hut for UAE.
They are guiding that down with the angle of the bowler over the short fine leg fielder. Manpreet does well again. Stop that 2 runs. See, nice half scoop shot played just over the head of the fine leg region. It's 35 overs done. UAE are 309 for 5.
Runs was scored by Mohammad Wasim against Datta. Looks like a Burj Khalifa here.
Isn't that the tallest tower? Probably 27 runs off that over. Almost 28 it is. Some big towers there for sure. Probably around 10 overs are gone over the 15 runs mark as Manpreet comes in from the Chobar end. Ayan nicely guides that down to the 3rd man region. Another 4. Started off well, Ayan Khan. Manpreet just bowling that outside the off stump. That much needed room to late. Nicely guided.
Just 17 years old, and look at that confidence. Just waited for the delivery. The placement has been excellent. The timing has been perfect by Ayan Afzal Khan, fetching his first boundary. Moves to 8. Ayan Afzal Khan. His father was an ex-player, cricket player, used to play in back home in India, in Goa. Worked really hard on his kid. He was just 11 years old, and he used to have a very strict and disciplined diet. And scheduling of this lad for practicing and playing those matches. He used to go out of the home early morning 5 a.m. and come back after all those practice session matches late night 10 p.m. The amount of time and everything has been put in by his father and his mother. Kudos to them, proud parents. Another youngster in this lineup, Ayan Afzal Khan. And lately in the ILT was with the Gulf Giants. They were the champion side. So many good things happening for you. The youngsters getting a right chances at the right time. The confidence shown by the management is tremendous.
Absolutely. And what a player he is. Good with the bat, good with the ball, and a live wire in the field as well. Ayan Khan started his career very well for the senior UAE team. It's been 36 overs done. UAE are 313 for 5. Projected score, as you can see in the screen, if it's around 8 runs per over from now, it will be well over 400. Nice sweep shot by Irvin. As he carries his bat, we'll have a slight change in the commentary box. Back comes our good mate, Andrew Leonard. As I would expect, he would get his Nepali citizenship soon as well.
Well, Dandavad Sharad for the introduction. Tiksa, Iktam Tiksa.
Ekdam Tiksa. Glad to see you learning Nepali as well.
Ramarosa, I'm trying. Gadzap. Namaste. We're getting there, bit by bit. There's not enough, but I've got a bit. I need to learn more. Bit by bit, piece by piece. Back to the cricket. We have a critical partnership here. For UAE to get up to 450, 400 plus, Ayan Khan is going to need to combine with Verdi Aravan, and that's what he's doing. He's into double figures already, and even Baskaran not spared.
Yes. Starting well, Ayan Khan slashes that out, flat bats it towards the cover. Baskaran comes in for his last over.
Talking a lot about young talent. Really Arafin, we will be waxing lyrical about him for the rest of this innings, I'm sure. But to think of the 17-year-old Ayan Khan, who is worth his weight in gold as a left-arm spinner. His batting, very, very capable as well. And he's 17. That's going to get better and better. So what we're going to see here is probably a bit more maturity from Ayan Khan than we saw from the highly experienced Asif Khan and Rohan Mustafa, who both found a way to get in and get out, and Ramesh Shahzad. Just after that flurry of wickets, UAE coming back strongly again. 13 overs still remain, 450 very much on the cards, 321 for 5. win off Bhaskaran. 10 overs, 2 for 61 when Carnage has been all around him really. Manpreet and Ramesh also able to hold their heads high. Everyone else going at 10 and over or close to it at least. As
36 watching.
I think there might just be 5 or 6 overs here, maybe even 3 or 4 in consolidation now. So like the 28 run over where one captain smashed the other all the way around the ground.
ఏం కాదురా కిందికి పో ఇంకా క్యాన్సిల్ నెట్ వస్తుందా అయ్యో
These two are just going to knock it around wisely and still find boundaries. That's how quick the outfield is. I know it's the shorter side of the ground. Very well timed by Ayan Khan.
Dropped in the back foot. Just a half jab at the ball and runs away. The fielder trying to have a diving stop, but probably should have gone round the ball.
You see the maturity about the way in which Ayan Khan plays. He's recognised there was a little flurry of wickets before he came in. Hasn't really taken any risk yet, and he's already scoring at a run a ball. Got to have a quick chat with Ridley's parents, and I said the streak continues. It's the 5th century. Mrs. Aravind has watched live with her own eyes now. I said, what happens if they get to the final, guys? He said, we might have to fly back because they're due to go home tomorrow.
Good.
That's support from your parents. I was getting goosebumps here watching parents standing up for him, clapping for him, supporting him that fashion.
And it really is what it's all about. It's a family sport. Those family members, they give up so much to support their sons, daughters, brothers or sisters to chase their dreams. That's what he's doing. Sanjeev Sharma's parents as well, and Sanjeev's younger brother, like a nipper, 4 or 5 years old. He'll be the next generation. This is not out of the middle. It's not really attempted. Aravind will keep the strike smiles all around. It's 327 for 5.
No, you're too Indico, Indico, Zero public hours will be some.
Give you a quick update from the Mulpani cricket ground where Malaysia are taking on Oman. That's a really important contest. This game is really looking like it's travelling inexorably in one direction, the direction of sending UAE to second place in the table. In fact, they might even leapfrog into first depending upon the margin. Victory, good stroke. Fine leg is up in the circle, and oh no, one of our ground staff has actually been struck there. I don't think they can get out of the way of it. Hope they're alright. The boundary goes Arvind's way.
Yeah, that big up shot of Arvind. Yeah, thankfully. Oh, it's her. Thankfully, she's safe.
I think they thought that because Mohammed Wasim is out, don't need to watch anymore. But luckily, no harm done. Right down there. That other game up at the Mulpani ground, which is in Group A, will have a huge bearing on who will get to the second semi-final. Our thanks to all the curation team as always. Malaysia, they were inserted to bat, and definitely more difficult up at Mulpani. Oh, brilliant stroke. Brilliant stroke. Inside out, extra cover, maybe 1 or 2 bounces and 4 runs. You won't have seen it go to the rope, but it went there like a tracer bullet.
Over covers this time by Arvind. And just kneels down from his back foot and gets that elevation over the cover fielder. Class act is a D. One in the leg side, the next one.
నువ్వు వాడకపోయి
డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తున్నా
In the cover, where is he gonna go next?
Too wide.
రియల్ లోన్ అయితే 1.2 అని చెప్పి రియల్ లోన్ 1.2 ఇవన్నీ కాలేజ్ స్కోర్ పెడితే నాన్ ఫిట్ వస్తుంది.
Can't ball there to a batter who's been in the crease for more than 100 balls.
చూడండి క్రికెట్ వచ్చింది ముందు గేమ్ ఆడుండే నాడు
Freebie. Again, too much width, gets away with it as he's dragged the length back. But Malaysia, having been asked to bat first, thanks to a Virendeep Singh innings, are on the brink of the 9th century in this competition. He's 94 not out. There is that nasty moment. Don't want to see that again, that'll do. Swing and a miss from Ayan Khan. He's 6 shy of 100, and Malaysia with 5 to go. They're not going overly quickly. They're 196 for 5. 220, 230. Could that be enough up at Mulpani against Oman?
Well, I would say Mr. Bilal Khan has 2 overs, but Khizar Hayat in the dugout and Mohammad Wafi, they can swing hard. They need to get around that 250 mark. It's the 39th over done here at TU. UAE are 336 for 5.
పెట్టుకో 1.2 కావాల్సింది
50 దాటి
Bowlers have been used, and on the whole they've been really expensive. Manpreet Singh's 6 overs have been important, actually, given the carnage that has unfolded around him. Akshay Puri and others have gone at well over 10 and over. And UAE, they need to be ruthless here. I think they need to think of 450. 10 and over from here, we get 445. Almost nailed on to go past 400 now. Wickets will stem that run rate. It's the only thing that Singapore can do. Find maybe 1 or 2 more. The problem is there's still hitters to come. Sachi Sharma in next. He's no bug with the bat. Karthik Mehtan, good young talent too. And Junaid Sadiq, as he will tell you himself, it's a bigger ball than anyone else in the team. All the way down at number 10, including that one monstrous effort at the T20 World Cup. So, if the wickets do come, there's still batters who will exploit what is a very good batting surface, short boundary one side, the platform they've been given by the brilliance of Ireland. And Mohammad Hussain.
మళ్ళీ పెట్టాలా ఎందుకు ఎక్కువ సార్
Certainly
Watching
can
ఎక్కువ
get
సార్
around 100, 120 runs.
మళ్ళా సార్
Last 10 overs. All those guys can contribute. 450 won't be a distant mark. Ayan Khan
వేడి
faces
ఏం మరి
Manpreet. I feel Ayan Khan, Andrew, is a version of the Nepali Kushal Malla for UAE, although he is more of a bowling all-rounder. But yeah, what a find. Just 18 years of age, Ayan Khan, and yeah, 17, sorry. He's already winning matches for UAE single-handedly at times.
Yeah, quite remarkable how prodigious a talent he is. And I think the thing I love about the journey he's taking, he's got Ahmed Raza, who almost voluntarily retired when he saw the emergence of Ayan Khan. He said it made his decision ever so easy as Aravind loses shape, loses his bat, a little bit of sweat getting to the gloves, he'll ask for a new pair. 40 have been bowled, 10 remain into power play 3 now, 340 for 5.
వచ్చింది ఒక గంట సేపు పెడతాను
The big skyscrapers, the
వేడైతే కొద్దిసేపు అవుతుంది
biggest overs, they came in the first 30. Since those 4 green dots, you can see the dismissal of Wazeem, the key one in the 28th over. There's a flurry of wickets, 3 quick ones that has just dragged things back for Singapore and put a little bit of respectability to the situation. There's Aravind, can't catch the bat, lost it completely. He's asked for new gloves in between the over, but he's kept the same bat. He's happy with that one. He's made 2 centuries with it in the course of the last week. And that is the signal for power play 3. Means that 5 fielders can be allowed out, but there'll be plenty of gaps, and I think UAE will want 450, or certainly 440. I want 10 and over from here. The pacer will be recalled. Try and bowl stump to stump and try and restrict these 2 right-handers.
It's been expensive. Tilapan given away 53 runs. It's 5 overs till now. Big Mohammad Wasim taking him for some big runs. Arvind. Good to see again. He's trying to play out the full 50 overs. Still going strong.
పర్సన్ అయితే ఒక్కసారి
Slower ball. Just saw a great shot there from our slips camera of Aravind's eyes. Just before the bowler was starting at the top of his run-up, he was looking around, he was looking at the gaps in the field.
వీడియో తీసుకోండి
He was working out what shot he would look to execute depending upon the line and the length of the ball. He's doing it again here,
వీడియో
just surveying
యూట్యూబ్ స్టూడియో
his prey. He has acceleration. We've seen it already in this competition alone. His young international career. Look at him there. Where's he going to go? Powered into the offside. The captain does well. Gets his body on the line. Keeps it to just a single.
Yes, good diving effort there by the captain. Save. Oh, sure run there.
ఇచ్చేదాంట్లో 2 స్టార్ వెరిఫికేషన్ నీ ఫోన్కి
That's edged away. Vacant, no slip. Short third man in place and goes in the gap.
ఒక కోడ్ పంపిస్తారు
A little bit of fortune, but a leg cutter that he's rolled out there.
డైలీ పెడితే ఎంత పైసలు
It's always a possibility with your third fielder up in the circle and quite square too. Just a single to close out the 41st. Still rolling. 347 for 5.
Code under my
358 418 358
358.
418
వచ్చింది రాదు చూస్తే కలిగి కావాలి మనం
49 boundaries. 32 of them being 4s and 17 6s, almost all belonging to the bat of one man, Mohammed Wasim. Seen 2 centuries, one to Aravind, one to Wasim. He scored at a strike rate of nearly 200. And it's been a run fest. They're going to go well past that 371 they posted here against Kuwait. That's without any contribution from Shahzad, Mustafa or Asif Khan, remarkably. Singapore are being taught some harsh lessons, but they are fighting back. They're showing some character. They're staying together out there, so credit to them for that. Runs, they're going to keep coming, particularly with misfields like that. Cost another single.
Arvind trying one of his favorite shots.
Should be watching.
So the fine leg fielder. And good shot, a good option. Playing with the spin. That's trashed away.
First time.
No fielders moved there. Could see the deep cover fielders just standing. Runs away to the boundary.
పాపం
Well, it's cash-in time, isn't it? And the runs are flowing. They're coming quickly.
పాపం ఈ వాచింగ్ అందరు ఏడిపోతున్నారు సార్ మనకి పెట్టకపోతే చెప్పి
I suspect
వాచింగ్
could still see 450 here.
ఏడిపోతున్నారు
Need nearly 2 runs a ball, nearly 12 and over to get there. Gonna be 4 more, isn't it? The outfield's very, very quick indeed, over-pitched, and now Manpreet Singh starting to get the treatment. And it's Ayan Khan who's playing stunning little cameo. 17-year-old, look at him. You never know it.
Almost the same shot that is being repeated here. Maybe just a bit right of the mid-off fielder. Very surprising to see Manpreet still flighting the ball after getting hit.
1 year అవుతుంది
Gets away with that one. That could have been 4 more. Could have been 3 in a row.
1 year అయిందా చాలా
Darts it in.
7-8 months అయ్యారు
Does with that 45-degree fielder placed very cleverly. There's the ICC match referee, Mr. Sarika Razad. ACC. That's going to be run surely. Yeah, 6 of them out towards where Nepal were training just a few moments ago. Khan gets a maximum now. Oh, this is going to get very ugly in the last 8 for Singapore. 42 bowled, 363 for 5.
యూజ్ అయిపోయినా 500 వాచింగ్ కావాలి బుద్ధ వాళ్ళు పైసలు వస్తాయి నేనైతే రాత్రి రోజు తిని పెట్టేసారు
₹1
రాదా వాచ్ హౌస్ వెళ్తావు
వాచ్ అవర్స్ పెడతావురా నీవి చూడు వాచ్ అవర్స్
కొల్ల వాచ్
Eight to go. 450 very much on the cards. Here's our TV umpire making all the critical decisions up in the box. Our thanks to all the officiating team. Very closely with them, that's Himal Rajgiri. Reserve umpire today, John Prakash, Sharika Prasad, the match referee. And our standing umpires, Nari Narayan Sivan and Vinod Babu. Great to see these men at their best, and all from associate nations. It's not just about exposing the cricketers, the match officials, the scorers, one of the broadcasters here as well. We work very closely with the match officials team, and our thanks to them. It's actually the first time at this level we've ever had a third umpire in play in terms of for making TV line decisions, and they're doing a great job.
Yep, full credit to ECC for having the third umpire as well. Those tight calls will definitely be called up and made full use of the cameras available here. As Ayan Khan carves it away for another single.
We've spoken about statement victories. There's been a few this week, isn't there? Nepal have posted 2 big ones. Great view the boys have up in the room there. Perfectly square the wicket, and the scoring team are down beneath them next to the scoreboard. See everything. But this is kind of a bounce back statement win, isn't it? And there's a lot of cricket to be played to even work out who the semi-finalists are, but there's a real chance it could be Nepal versus UAE on Saturday in front of what will be again an insane crowd. We had 30,000 the last time they played, and the 10,000 that couldn't get in on the main road. How appetizing would that be as this is slapped away for 4 more, the leg cutter? What would that be like on Saturday?
I guess it's difficult to describe. That leg cutter has been thrashed away, flat batted. UAE are a very good team. You never know what you cannot predict the results against them. Yeah, probably Nepal getting the better of them lately, but it's gonna be a good battle for sure this Saturday if it will be there. 43 done. UAE are 374.5. I'll take a short break.
Well, that paints a picture, doesn't it? I know he's played an extra game than most in that list. What a stylish cricket. And it shows you the difference in approaches between him and Mohammad Wasim as Didier Bargava turns. And as soon as we say top of the 4s list, he extends that lead. 1 bounce. Might have been going for the maximum this time as I welcome Mudassir Ali back with me. Mudassir, you know these boys very well. Even by their standards, this is quite something.
Something extraordinary, I would say. So they have lost 5 wickets. Then came in Ayan Afzal Khan. These 2 young lads making sure to take a UAE beyond 400. Ritya looking good to go past 150. Ayan Afzal Khan nearing to his milestone of 50 runs. Ritya, the other youngster from Singapore, couple of wickets to his name. Goes big in the slot. Out of the park. So Ritya's show now.
Well, what we've seen with Aravind is he can accelerate. He can accelerate in a big way. And that was in the slot, being honest. Exactly where Aravind wanted it, the shorter side of the ground. I think Aravind might have been looking at the big screen. He saw the leading 4 hitters and he said, God, I've got to start clearing the ropes. I'm going to get myself caught up to Mohammad Wasim up on the 6 hitters chart. But my oh my, what a strike, what a talent, what a game we're witnessing. This has been a thrashing. And right now the only threat for the UAE might come from the heavens. There is a little bit of rain about. They have to get 20 overs in, remember, in the second innings to have a result, an official result. If it did somehow rain, there's enough blue sky for the moment. We'll definitely get through these 7 overs. I just wonder, will we get a shower or 2 come the afternoon?
For sure the climate is changing here in Kirtipur. 1 man. Not changing his batting approaches of Ritya Aravind. Dealing in the boundaries. Now it's time to shift the gears. Got 10 runs. these two deliveries. Advitya, a couple of wickets to his name. Making debut here, Advitya Bhargava.
Quick single. That shot there is one that Aravind plays with such ease. He won't get the headlights. Won't be in the highlights reel. It's a good delivery, exactly where his captain asked him to bowl. And he just plays it with such ease. He knows where the fielder is, he knows he gets a single.
What I like about Vidya Arvind is they anticipated very well, stayed in the crease and deliberately glided towards the third man region. Very patience and focus is key for Vidya Arvind for scoring those big hundreds.
Ryan Khan 4 away from what would be a really impressive 50. Or 3 away, boundary away. Tries to get there in one shot, but no timing. Yeah, and what we saw from Aravind the other day was real acceleration after he got to 100. In fact, at a similar stage of that innings against Kuwait, when he had faced 118 balls, he had 100 to his name. Today he's faced 2 more, he's got 132. Listen to the next part of this if you weren't watching that Kuwait game, because 11 overs later, in the final over of the innings, he was only 15 shy of a double 100. He was 185. So the next 31 balls, they went for 85. He faces 31 more here, which he could, or maybe 25 more. He could still get a double 100. There is time. And that's what he's thinking about now. He's saying he got close before, dropped in the crowd. Oh no, sir. Burst through your hands. That was a chance to take a Veridia Aravind 6 into your hands, and you've put it down. Laughs aplenty. 6 more to the total.
Swing deep in the crease and look at that shot, targeting that shorter boundary, and he has been dropped 130 by the spectator. They're enjoying here.
Why not? Should have taken it though, my friend, up in the crowd. 26s. Not going to be 6, but it'll be 4 more. Aravind right now is hunting down 200. 6 overs to go. Don't go anywhere. He could well get there. It's 392 for 5. Six overs remain. What can these two youngsters do? And Khan goes into the leg side but picks out the man. Now can Aravind get back for the second? He can't. He'll have to wait for the 50, but it does mean Aravind has the strike. So many parts of Aravind's game are so impressive. The Nepali side who've just completed their training session, they know the challenge that UAE possess. Monty Desai there on the right. He knows in a big way. I was just having a chat to him during my break. Back live now. But that acceleration that he possesses, Aravind, at this stage of his innings, that's something you usually don't see in batters so young. You'll see it in batters who've been around the blocks, played 5 or 7 or 10 years of international cricket. Aravind's played 2 or 3. And that could be arguably the most impressive part of what he's been doing here in Kathmandu.
He knows when to accelerate and how to pace the innings. To losing Rohan Mustafa, it took some time to raise the tempo. Now he needs, it's must for him to go for those big shots.
Little leg cutter rolled out, and Ayan Khan says, thank you very much. 50. Just another day at the office for this young man. 41 deliveries. He says thank you to the crowd. He says thank you to his teammates. And Ahmed Raza, who is very, very close with this youngster. He just wants him to stay humble, because because he thinks Ahmed Raza, this kid, like Kushal Mala, could be going to the moon.
The start this lad has to his international career. This is the list A game. Got a 50, Ayan Afzal Khan. Nicely bowled in the block hole. Just a single. It has been a good over by Taliban so far. Approaching that 400. I reckon this will be the first time they'll be going past 400 in list A 50 over format.
Clubbed away. There's a man out there, and he does well. It's going to be 3 runs saved. Good athletic efforts. I know that Singapore are being hammered here. They're being smashed around the ground, but you can't fault the effort. Lack of bowling skill, perhaps, but they're still trying.
Almost there. Go beyond the boundary. Look at that effort in the air. Puri, the young lad, putting that extra effort and saving 3 runs for his team.
Leg side clipped around the corner. The outfield's quick. Backward square will cut it off, keep it to a couple. 400 runs. 400. Some predicted it 41 overs ago. It's 400 for 5.
Reviews వస్తాయి కదా మనకి వాచ్ అవర్స్ కూడా కౌంట్ అయిపోతాయి సో ఇరిటేట్ చేసి చెప్పి ఈ టైంలో కంటూ అవర్స్ ఈ టైంలో కంటూ అవుతుంది అంటే
There are the Nepali team, one of the 2 unbeaten sides, Gulshan Jha, Karan KC. He's had a trip to the barber, KC. They go up to the Multani ground tomorrow, their first official international up at that venue. Against Saudi Arabia, who they will not underestimate, Monty Desai told me. He was very impressed by them, and rightly so, particularly their bowling attack. Thought they were sparkling with their form. Gainendra Mala, Kushal Bertel, Pratish GC, very talented left armer, Sampal Kami, who batted excellently. It's wide inside the off stump, will be given as so. I would expect Nepal to win tomorrow, but I really think Saudi have shown us something, shown us they're potentially a sleeping giant in the associate game. Plenty more to come from them as they continue to grow things under Kabir Khan. A brilliant appointment, that one.
Absolutely, but it won't be easy for Saudi, and as you said, Nepal won't be taking them lightly. You want to make sure they win all their games and stay in the top. And there you go on the left-hand side, it's the Kushal Mala, the hero. Look at his muscles, that is the reason he belted the bowlers of Oman. Counter-attack was brilliant by Kushal Mala.
The helicopter's out, and it's chopping into the deep. Another one dropped up there. 150 up to his parents. He thanks them. It's come off 126 deliveries, and there's a real chance of 200 here. I think he's got the time to do it. 4 6s, they've all come in this last little phase. The accelerator is being pressed, and the helicopter, it's taken off. It's soaring into the skies.
Come back by the bowler. Just a reminder, he was dropped on 19 by Rohan, bowling off of Vinod Bhaskaran. Taking on the bowlers, the second 150 for Vritti Arvind. Helicopter shot sent over the mid wicket by Vritti Arvind.
Anybody who tells you the modern game is not as good as it was 30 years ago, don't listen to them. They've lost their mind. It's a brilliant spectacle to watch now. What T20 cricket has done to this 50-over version has made it so exciting. We're seeing totals like 400 not just be surpassed occasionally, regularly. More muscle, And it's going to be more runs, 6 more of them. Barithia is hunting down what would be a maiden double 100 in any format of the game for him, any level of the game. And he'll be doing it here on a big stage at the ACC Men's Premier Cup.
Ramesh Kalimuthu is under the hammer. A full toss, and look at that wrist coming into play, finding that maximum yet again in this over. Vritti Arvind. The block hole played straight towards the bowler, towards the long off. Excellent running between the wickets by Ayana and Vritia. Those couple of runs score moves to 418 for the loss of 5, 46 gone.
అరే చూడు షార్ట్స్ లేకపోతే నీకు నేను పెట్టి చెప్తాను ఇది యూట్యూబ్ స్టూడియోకు అంతే వాచింగ్
అరే ఇది ఒక్కటి రావాలి రెండితే
అదే కాకపోతే తిక్కగా లాస్ట్ 365 days రా 1 year అయిపోయింది రా అది తీసి 2 years అవుతుందిరా రాదు కొత్త దాన్ని కాదు
కొత్త దాంట్లో చేయాలంటే వాచింగ్ రావాలి
4 overs to go.
దీనిలో
Hunt,
ఒవ్వడు లేకుండా
200 very much on the cards. 24 deliveries left. He needs 39 of them, Mudassir. Probably going to have to face at least 15 or 16 balls to have a real chance of getting that. Does Ayan Khan know his role?
అరే ఏం లేదురా ఏం లేదు
His role is to get a single, get Aravind on strike. Not too many times you're going to have a chance at a double 100 in international cricket.
Can't miss today the double 100. A week's time. Cross at 150 and nearing to that 200 mark. Ayan Khan in the slot, goes big. The little man sends the big man Tilipan out of the park, straight over the side screen. Maximum for Ayan Afzal Khan.
Ayan Khan doesn't say, I'm going to get you on strike for it. He says, I want 100 myself. I need 41 more to get there. Forget about your double 100. I've never made 100 for the UAE. Right in the slot, into the arc, and out of the ground. A big hit. Things are getting very ugly here for Singapore. Well past 400. If there was a boxing coach, you'd be throwing in the towel. Tries to hide it away. It's another wide. As the pressure is being applied by UAE, Singapore, they've really wilted.
And whenever Vritia reaches or nears that 200 mark, the other batsmen get the knack of hitting those big sixes. We have seen Asif Khan Behrooz, now Ayan Afzal Khan changing the gears, getting that thick outside edge, flies over the short third man region, a boundary for Ayan Afzal Khan, 4 runs for Ayan and more runs for UAE.
This is going to be carnage, absolute carnage in the last 5 here. If we look at the 5 overs prior to this one, they've gone for 82. That's at a run rate of 16 per over. Just as the innings wavered, remember, it was 3 wickets very quickly that fell. In fact, 4 fell for 35 runs. Then these 2 youngsters have come together. They put on 127, and they're smearing the ball to all parts. 6, 4, 4, a couple of wides in between there as well. This over's already gone for 16. There's still 3 balls to go.
Throwing everything. Ayan Afzal Khan chasing the delivery and using the wrist, opening the face of the blade and finding the boundary yet again. Interested to see Vritia back on strike. Get that single. Ayan this time goes big towards the deep mid wicket. Little man getting those big runs for his team. Ayan Afzal Khan.
Somebody call the police. There's a murder going on again. And it's a murder in Kathmandu. The Singapore bowlers are being murdered around the ground. He's even retrieving the ball for the bowler. He wants to face another one. This is the biggest hit of the lot. It's to the longer side of the ground. It's about 70 metres, I reckon. He's got it clear. He's cleared it comfortably. Where's this one gone into the offside? Everything's landing safely. Will just be a single. Aravind will get the strike, but it's only going to get one ball. And maybe now the Ayan Khan century is more likely than the Veritia Aravind double 100. Surely there's not time for both of them.
One more interesting thing, they need 59 of 19 deliveries to touch that 500 mark. So Britya on strike. He wants the strike clearly. Clearly he sends the message to the management and to Ayan Afzal Khan, taking that single. 47 gone, 442 for the loss of 5.
వేరేలో కనబడుతుందిరా
వేరేలో కనిపిస్తలేరా నాకు
వేరేలో కనబడుతుంది
47 gone, 442 for the loss of 5.
వేరేలో కనబడుతుందిరా సబ్స్క్రైబర్స్ అంతా
వేరేలో కనిపిస్తుంది
Last 5 overs have gone for 84. The building blocks are stacking up and records are dropping. Aravind wants a double 100, but has he held out? No, he hasn't. It's been put down, and it's been put down over the rope, I think, for 6. And look at the joy from Ayan Khan. That easily could have been that, but instead, the dream of 200 lives on. And Singapore, they're being torn asunder.
Fielders are helping Britya to approach to the 200 mark. Just started drizzling here in Kirtipur. Can he get to that 200? Britya Arvind staying strong into the crease and goes big. Fielder the long off helping Britya to survive yet again.
You can understand why it is. They're being smashed everywhere. We're just going to have a boundary check to see did it drop over the rope. Sad the R screen isn't working here, so we are. It does look like 6.
ఎక్కువ మంది చూడలేరు అంతేమంది చూడాలి
How many subscribers?
It is 6, so Aravind goes to 168. It's the third significant drop of the
కలవాలి
innings.
జూనింగ్ వస్తుంది పెట్టి కలవడం నాకు తెలుసు
చూసేటోళ్ళు మళ్ళీ ఇంకా కొట్టారు
కలుకోతారా
6 more up in the grass banks. That's the only person who'll catch that. It's gone over their heads. Aravind, I think he knows he can get to 200. 16 deliveries remain in the innings. He needs 26 of them.
26 for Arvind and 26 for Ayan to reach to his 100, and in the process UAE go past 450 for the first time in list A game 50 over format, and they are loving it, the crowd. Back to back maximums.
That short leg side boundary, isn't it? This one's gone over the offside man out there. Should take the catch. He does. And for the second time, Aravind, well, he falls shy of what would be the most remarkable, the most incredible double 100. But it takes nothing away from the brilliance of his innings. He was devastated there. Credit to Ramesh. He hit it away outside the off stump. And it's too big a hit to get past deep cover. Would have been a wide if he left it alone. But Aravind, in the hunt for 200, perishes.
Twice in a week's time misses chance to go past 200 mark. But what an excellent knock being played here by Britya Arvind. 174 of just 132 balls. The wonder kid of UAE. Britya take about 17 boundaries and 7 sixes. Everyone applauding there in the dugout. Is 454 for the loss of 6.
What a partnership we've just seen. 51 runs it was worth. Sanchit Sharma, the new man to the crease. And he is going to start with a boundary. He says all the other youngsters are doing it. Why can't I?
On a roll here, UAE batters. They are enjoying the conditions here in Kirtipur. The new man Sanchit off the mark. the boundary. Couple of more deliveries are left in this over. 40 boundaries so far in this innings.
Rarest of things, a dot ball. In that 151 run partnership with Dasser, it came in a little over 14 overs from a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old. If you're questioning how bright the future is, the leading associates, watch this. Could be a chance to put down. Critically, Ayan Khan will want 2, and he gets 2 because he'll keep the strike, and he will have 12 balls to get 26 runs and a maiden 100 for the UAE. That closes out the 48th. The score now 460 for 6. There is the batting card. It's very rare you'll make 160 off 80 balls and not be the leading scorer and maybe not have the headlines. But Mohamed Wasim has been outplayed in many ways again by Maurizio Aravan. We say it a little bit in jest. How good were those 2 innings? As Ayan Khan has a real chance of getting to that 100, but he holds out. He picks out the man. You can understand why he was going for it. And if that had gone 5 yards over his head, he'd have been 20 away, but he's gone. And with it, Singapore takes some relief right towards the end of this innings.
Wonderful innings coming to an end. And well judged catch taken in the deep, waited and waited. Safe hands. Wicket.
It really has been extraordinary hitting. Yes, it's a very good wicket. Yes, it's a very inexperienced and weakened Singaporean bowling attack, but that doesn't take away from the quality of the ball striking. As we've seen, Ramesh Azad, Mohammad Mustafa, Asif Khan, even Aryan Lakra up top, all got very little. 3 batters really powered this total. Made it look easy. Could be another wicket. Can it be a 4th for the youngster? It is. He can hold his head up high on his 50 over maybe for Singapore. Everyone else catch himself. Wicket. .468 for 8. Junaid Sadiq, it's a massive ball. Comes to the crease at number 10. He's at the non-striker's end. Sanjeev tries to show his batting skills. He wants 2. He's going to get it comfortably. In all of the madness today, I think earlier I said it was a Monday morning. I've got the day wrong. We always get things wrong up here in the commentary box. It's not a Monday, it's a Sunday. And we're into the latter half of the group stages. UAE, are they saying to this competition, despite defeat to Hong Kong, down the ground, be a single, we'll get to see Junaid Sadiq back. Are they saying if we play our best, nobody can touch us?
Well, we were so involved in the game, we forgot the day. As part of Asif Khan Lala and Ramesh and Rohan Mustafa, they did not fight, but still managed to go beyond that 400. The wild swing, typical number 10 batter, Junaid Siddiqui.
Swing, batter, 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 swing, batter. you want to see bat speed, and I mean bat speed, no one puts more at it than Junaid Sadiq. Have a look at this. Here we go. Swing! He doesn't make contact too often, but when he does, it goes miles. And I mean miles. He hit one, I think, was nearly 110 meters at the World Cup.
Yes, it was in the World Cup. Showed his muscles. Strong lad. But for that, he needs to connect the ball. This time he connects in the air. Fielder settling. An excellent catch taken by Puri.
Oh, Junaid, what have you done? Oh, you can't blame the bat, Junaid. Come on. That's not on. A wry smile. As Akshay Puri takes an excellent catch down at long on. Action aplenty at the death. Something for Ramesh Kalaputhi to take dot wicket. We haven't seen much of that on this scorecard. Credit to the youngster. Holds his nerve. Not happy. Junaid Sadiq, nor were the crowd. They were on their feet. They knew where he was targeting. They knew they were in the game up there at long on. Sadiq's gone for a third ball duck. It's 471 for 9.
Yes, 792 members. 800 కూడా దాటనే
Last ball of the innings, Zahoor Khan throws everything at it, might give the youngster another chance. And would you believe it, I don't know how UAE have been bowled out from the very final delivery of the innings. We have seen action aplenty in their opening game of the tournament here against Kuwait. They posted 371, they've added exactly 100 to that total, and they've been bowled out somehow. Ramesh is a third wicket, 471 from their 50 overs. I'm almost sure it's the highest total in their 50 over history.
Once again, it's young Puri keeping an eye on the ball at the last moment, and look at that dive. An excellent catch. Rid of Zahoor Khan, the only positive. Now for Singapore, they have taken all 10 wickets of UAE. The last ball, Zahoor Khan, yet another batter who did not trouble the scorers. It was all about the UAE batting here in Kirtipur TU International Ground.
Well, what entertainment we've seen on a Sunday morning. 3 hours and 40 minutes that it's taken to bowl those overs, because the ball was flying everywhere. Singapore weren't slow through them. We had lost balls, we had sixes hit everywhere around this beautiful ground. And this venue continues its ascent and its stature in the world game. Gonna find out, it may well be the highest total ever at this ground as well. Certainly in an official international anyway. Runs right from the off. They came, and they came so quickly. Primarily to this man, Mohammad Wasim. He's only there for 82 deliveries. A couple of stylish shots from Aryan Lakra. Picked up 2 fours into the leg side before he was cleaned up by the beauty. That delivery there from Margava. As soon as Aravind came to the crease, I think that was his first boundary. He played with such elegance, such grace. And in a complete contrast at the far end, raw, brutal power from Mohammad Wasim. Between them, for the second wicket, they put on 246. Just 25 overs at nearly 10 and over. Boundaries, they simply rained around this wonderful ground. Even the mishits from Wasim cleared the rope with ease. Power, the brutality, the quality of the ball striking, and some of the ball follows. They even went out of the ground at points. For Aravind, particularly for the first half of his innings, he was much more stylish. Was there some poor bowling? Yes, absolutely. But even the better bowlers, even Vinath Bhaskaran, who was excellent, he still went at more than a run a ball. Manpreet Singh showed he's a good part-time off-the leg spinner. That drop catch was a big moment. There was misfields and there was raw power, huge sixes.
He dominated the first half of this innings, Mohammad Wasim, well supported by Vidya, stood calm and composed when Mohammad Wasim was out there in the middle, taking those singles and doubles in the process, getting to his 50. This time getting into the gap, managing a boundary. Piece of timing and placement has been perfect by Vidya Arvind. Strike rotating regular intervals. Mohammad Wasim was in his own zone today, hitting those maximums.
Incredible thing, those last two shots we saw, they're only short arm jabs, they're only sort of half follow throughs. One of them one bounce four, the other well over the head of long on for six. That was the moment he got to 100. And then, as we predicted here, it really started to turn into carnage. Because once he got to that landmark, he said everything, and I mean everything, must go. He was particularly devastating against his opposite number, and Akshay Puri wasn't spared either. He's a very fine young off spinner. But the part-time leg breaks, those of Aritra Dutta, they went the distance. This was a 28 run over where every single ball went for a boundary. And again, only half a hit, doing damage to the side screen, a miss hit into the leg side for four, and then a massive maximum to that shorter side of the ground. Finished off the 150. Looked like he could get to the double 100 marker. He hit Akshay Puri for a monster. And then soon after, the youngster on debut at the 50 over version got him out.
Once Wasim departed, then it was up to Vidya Arvind to get those quick runs. Ramesh Shahzad stuck to his name. Excellent piece of bowling by Vinod. He continues to get runs. Vidya Arvind for his team. Timely boundary. The danger man Asif Khan Behrooz came in, got a couple of boundaries. Then he was caught plumb in front of the wicket. This was the phase where Singapore tried to make a comeback, getting those quick wickets. Rohan Mustafa departs after just making 3 runs. The spinners doing the job for Singapore. Then these two youngsters, excellent partnership between Ayan Afzal Khan and Vidya Arvind.
Yeah, obviously, UAE, they weren't in trouble at that point. They were going to have but the way in which the two youngsters combined, having lost 4 wickets in a real flurry, Wasim, Shahzad, Khan and Mustafa all went in the space of 35 runs. And they came together, they took their time. They recognised that if they had got out there, that it might have just been 350 or 360 on the board. I say just 350 or 360. And then they started to accelerate and almost had a little mini battle as to who was going to get to the extra bonus landmark quickly. Could Aravind get to 200, or could Ayan Afzal Khan get his maiden century? That was a 50. He wanted more, didn't he? This innings, this over here. Smashed the ball everywhere. There was some good efforts in the field. A helicopter shot from Aravind who got to 150. There was a real chance for a double century. There was also a real chance for Ayan Khan to get a maiden 100 at the end. Going for big strokes, they both ended up short, but it doesn't take away from their innings. Khan hit 9 4s and 3 6s. He's 74, and Aravind was dismissed. Going for one more big one, he hit 7 maximums and 17 4s. In that innings of 174, he's a tournament leading run scorer by a distance. I'm not sure he's going to be caught either. Wickets then tumbled towards the death. Some good efforts, particularly from Akshay Puri in the deep, who took 2 good catches from the final 2 balls of the innings, and it means 471 runs have been scored. Carnage, at times chaotic scenes on this historic ground. 174 for Aravind, 160 for Wasim. And a great innings, an outstanding innings, a good innings from Ayan Afzal Khan as well, 74 off 50. A little bit of concerning news though. The ground staff think there's enough threat of rain to bring the covers on as a precaution for the moment. There's the bowling figures, 8 of them, and really just Manpreet Singh and Vinod Bhaskaran that were spared, although credit to Didier Bhargava, who picked up 4 wickets, 3-2, including 2 from the final 2 deliveries for Ramesh Kalamathu. So what that means as the ground staff go about their work is that we will find our way to the halfway stage of this game. Let's hope the rain doesn't interfere. Let's hope that UAE can close out what is going to be a massive victory. And also, let's hope that Singapore can show some fight with the bat and there's something to take from this match. It's been an amazing first innings, Super Sunday indeed. UAE 471. We'll be back with you at the chase in about 20 minutes' time.
full match was 1 lakh.
It's going to be start of the second innings. A big total posted by UAE. 472 is the target from
to at least go somewhere near the total. He is the key for Singapore. Start the proceedings with the ball. It's Junaid Siddiqui. And at the non-striker, it's Rohan Rangarajan. 11 matches, 269 runs, strike rate of 65.
So, Junaid Siddiqui comes on to bowl, has played 35 West Indies matches. Picked up impressive 55 wickets. It's in economy as well. That's the first ball for you. Oh, that's chopped on nearly to the stumps. The start by Junaid.
On the money straight away, Junaid Siddiqui. There's some support for UA crowd pouring here in Kirtipur TU International Ground. They loved every bit of entertainment. They're cheering for the teams here. They want some entertainment. They're here. It's a working day. It's a Sunday, but it's a working day here in Nepal.
Off the mark, Rohan. Yeah, slightly, you can see a slight cloud cover here. But hopefully the rain gods will stay away and we'll have the full game. It's free tickets here. You don't need to buy any. Free entry in the grounds. Hope the second session we can see some people coming in. How's your experience been here with the crowd and the people here, Mudassar?
Has been excellent so far for me this trip. This is my first trip in Nepal, and met some quite a few interesting people in Nepal. It's always good to have good mates in the com box. Today I have Andrew and Sharad, and the previous outing in ATU, it was Paresh with me. So overall, it was a good experience, and I was much worried about the food, but it's lovely here, very tasty. We talk about the food in Nepal.
Not much of a difference in culture, in the food habits. See, everyone understands Hindi and Urdu in Nepal. That would be a surprise for you. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Look forward to the tournament.
That couple of deliveries to get off the mark. It's Junaid Siddiqui running in. Driven nicely, finds the gap, chase for Mohammad Wasim. Look at that sprint from Mohammad Wasim, but unable to stop. Ball wins the race. Needed to put that slide, but 4 runs for Datta. The first boundary of this innings for Singapore and Datta.
That was a beautiful shot. Played on the up. Tried to swing it. And look at that chase by Wasim. After batting for so long, although he didn't have to run much well while he was batting. Yeah, got the big boot out, but the ball slowly slowly crawling to the ropes. But off the mark with the boundary.
Trying to generate the pace. Just losing his shape here. Junaid Siddiqui, a wide has been called rightly by the on-field umpire. It has been a run feast so far in the ACC Men's Premier Cup. 8 centuries so far we have witnessed. It was all started by Babar Hayat of Hong Kong, followed by Anshuman Rath, Mohammad Wasim, Kushal Malla, Abdul Wahid, the Saudi Arabia batter.
Absolutely. Well, there will be more to come. Singapore, after 1 over, 6-4, no loss.
One loss, one gone. It's Ayan Afzal Khan, left arm orthodox. Ball from the comp box end. It's Rohan Rangarajan on strike. Slip in place. Arm ball to start. Ayan Afzal Khan. Good tactics by the captain Mohammad Wasim, not opting for Sanchit Mohan Sharma. He knows starting 20 overs are crucial for his team. If it rains, not in control, it was in the air. No mid off Rohan Mustafa, batter in the boundary region, the long off region. Single has been taken. To get a result, we need to have a 20 overs of match in the second innings. That is the reason he's opting for a spinner.
And just probably starting a bit early. Yeah, it's a good change by the captain Wasim, getting his spinners on to complete that 20 overs as soon as possible. There are chances of showers in the sky. I might not be surprised to see spinners from both ends actually.
They have the option of Rohan Mustafa, who can bowl in the power play with a new ball as well. Very watchful. Talking about Ayan Afzal Khan in the domestic cricket in UAE, he bowls with the new ball. He has the knack of picking those wickets in the power play. Ayan up against Datta. Very watchful, giving some respect to the young lad.
He's on the spot there, I see a spring in his stride. Contributed good 70 runs. His batting too. That was close, nearly a stumping if, yeah, but the ball crawls away after hitting the pads of Dota. The second over done, Singapore are 11 for no loss.
Beautiful view of this ground. Greenery everywhere. Junaid Siddiqui generating the pace. Wayward line to start. The wide has been called. No slip in position for Junaid Siddiqui.
That's a surprise to me. With 472 runs to chase. pick up wickets. They can attack. They have that luxury of runs. Junaid starting a bit wayward.
Strikes Junaid Siddiqui. Strikes early for UAE. On the back foot goes Rangarajan and hits the middle stump. Junaid, the end of Rohan Rangarajan, just managing a couple of runs. 6 runs so far, but what a comeback by Junaid Siddiqui. Getting his wicket number 56 in list A.
That was a quick one. Rohan was completely late there. Yeah, you could see the ball hitting the middle leg stump before the bat came down even. That was a sharp one. Rohan goes for 2. Singapore are 12 for no loss.
There's a new batter, Bahadelia. Bahadelia is the fall of Rohan Rangarajan. Abdul Rahman Bahadelia, number 3, jersey. 3 matches, 27 runs. Early days for him in list A cricket. Excellent view. Surrounded by so much greenery, TU International Ground. And in no time, hopefully in my next visit, I could see the floodlights around this stadium.
Nice first ball there by Junaid. Yeah, look at those drone images. Badelia early in his career. Singapore dugout, yeah, looking a little down and out at the moment. They will need some inspired effort from their captain Datta and Badelia as well. Get some momentum going their way.
Good to see Mohammad Wasim getting that slip in place for the new batter, keeping it simple towards the off stump. That one first floor building on the left hand side is the combox where we are sitting. What a lovely view. Excellent work. Our camera team. Those are the grass banks where spectators are enjoying shouting between Singapore and UAE.
That's top edged. Fielders running under it. Oh, and it's a collision there. Hope both of them are safe. Batsmen are safe. Oh, it's Sanchit Sharma who's down. He's catching his back. Karthik looks okay, who was coming from the third man region. Yeah. You can see the batsman late on his shot. Both of them ball watching. Oh yeah, and he crashed. Thankfully the fielders are up. No harm done. That could have been much worse than what it is.
Always there needs to be a calling. Someone called Karthik. My opinion was a catch for the third man, Sanchit Mohan Sharma. Falling heavily on his back. The good news is No damage has been done. Once again, short delivery, increasing his pace with the dot delivery. 3 gone, 14 for the loss of 1. Afzal Khan continues dealing in a single this time. Datta, no injury written in the previous over the way the both the fielders have collided. Karthik Mayappan and Sanchit Mohan Sharma. They are not at all in a hurry. The batters want to spend some time in the middle. Datta and Abdul Rahman Bahadelia.
Beautiful action he has, Ayan Khan. Gets that drift, that gets that dip. Looks a street smart customer to me. Very wily. Look at that ball come in. That surely was an armor. Runs away to the boundary. Well collected by Junaid. Kept it for 2 runs.
Poor running between the wickets and Captain Datta not at all happy with his partner. Always a chance for the second run. Bahadelia not at all interested. He's happy to be at the non-striker and wants the captain to take on Ayan Afzal Khan. Just losing his shape here. Stopping for delivery. Ayan Afzal Khan.
The batsman not ready.
Played in the gap. Behind the square, ball racing towards the fence. Chased by Junaid Siddiqui. Just a couple of runs. And covered by Junaid Siddiqui. It's a new rivalry coming up in associate cricket. Nepal versus UAE. Nepal tops the group and UAE stays on the second. Then it will be UAE taking on Nepal in the semi-final here on Saturday.
That's a good battle, Nepal versus UAE to watch. 4 overs done. Singapore are 18 for 1. Junaid comes for his third over. Can generate some pace. Can bowl around that 140 mark. He is definitely hurrying the batsman for sure. In the last over, you can see the batsman completely late on his shot while trying to pull that away. He did very well in the IL T20 and the T10 as well last time he played.
He is the premier fast bowler of UAE. Junaid Siddiqui alongside Zahoor Khan. Zahoor Khan has a vast experience not only in the international circuit but playing for some big teams in the franchisee league. Let's see what's happening in Malpani. It's Oman versus Malaysia. Malaysia has posted 227 and in reply, Oman are 44 for no loss in 7 overs. It's chase on for Oman. This time coming into Bahadelia. Run has been taken by the batters. Going through their overs very quickly now. UAE into the 5th over. Singapore 19 for 1. What are the 4 teams you want to pick for the semi-finals, Sharad?
Well, Nepal looking good, obviously with 4 points on board and a good net run rate. And Hong Kong as well from the other group. Yeah, the way UAE played today, I'm sure they're going to be another team, the third team. And as that's slashed away, and that's gone all the way, it seems. Gone for a 6.
Extra pace helping Datta get his first maximum. Slashed hard. There was a fielder stationed at the third man region but clears the boundary with ease. First 6 of this innings from the plate of Aditya Datta, the captain of Singapore. So he named 3 teams, waiting for the 4th team.
Let that be a surprise. Mudassir. You never know, there might be an upset on cards.
Especially the match which is going on in Malpani is very, very crucial for Oman. They need to go past that total and get those 2 points in kitty. Lately we have seen Kuwait performing really well. They have dented the chances of Bahrain yesterday in Malpani. What a match we have seen in Malpani. In the 256, they were in all sorts of trouble, Kuwait, but Yasin Patel came to their rescue. Nice looking shot in the meanwhile. Waited for the delivery on the back foot, rolled his wrist towards the square leg region, ends the over with a boundary. 5 gone, 29 for the loss of 1.
It's Ayan Khan again to continue with his third over as Badelia takes strike. Singapore, you can see, he's lost the 1 wicket, but have got a good, decent start, I should say, going around 6 runs per over. That's not bad in a 50 overs game. Need to carry on from here, and that's well played. Sweep shot from Badelia. A good option against Ayan Khan. The ball coming in, plays with the angle, helps it on its way.
As they always say, the spinners is troubling you, then play the sweep shot against him, and this time finding a boundary behind the square leg region. First boundary for Bahadelia. Score moves to 33. Nicely played, waited for the delivery. Racing towards the third man region. Back-to-back boundaries for Bahadelia.
There is something to cheer about for the limited number of crowd that come in. Singapore go like this, they will definitely get entertained. A nicely played late cut there, right in the gap.
Once again, playing towards the third man region is chased by Aryan Lakra. Valiant effort, ball wins the race. 3 4s in a row for Bahadelia and Singapore.
Yeah, getting a slight edge there by Badelia this time. Or running away. Good chase there by Lakra, but could stop the ball. Ayan looking for his first wicket. He's got the slips out now.
Easy chance. No mistake this time by Junaid Siddiqui. Trying out too many things. Loses his shape. Bahadelia wanted to sweep. Getting the top edge and well just catch taken by Junaid Siddiqui. Departs Bahadelia. Wicket number 1 for Ayan Afzal Khan.
Yeah, that was a top edge, an easy catch taken in the short fine leg by Junaid. See, flighted it. Give a bit of flight, Ayan Khan. Played under the ball. Bahadelia goes for 16. He should be disappointed after getting a start. Singapore are 41 for 2 after 6.
Fall of Bahadelia. The new batter is Manpreet Singh. 15 matches, 288 runs to his name. Strike rate of 65.9. Siddiqui will continue. Both the bowlers have got a wicket each in their kitty. Datta on strike to face Junaid Siddiqui.
Wickets falling early for Singapore. Although they are going 7 runs per over, 2 wickets have fallen down. 1 each by Junaid and Ayan. Still the clouds hovering over this ground. We would surely look to finish this 20 overs as early as possible for a result to happen. That slashed away handsomely between the cover and point region. Goes away for 4 runs again. Datta getting a move on.
He was in control. Captain Datta. Nicely played through the offside, managing that gap between point and cover. Excellent work done by the groundsman. Quick lightning outfield, helping the batters to fit those boundaries. Drifting towards the leg side, trying to generate that pace. Junaid Siddiqui, in that aggression, wide has been called. Same I have witnessed in Malpani as well, Sharad. It is a true 50 over surface. Once the ball passes the 30-yard circle, it's always a 4 for the batter.
Yeah, most definitely. Batsmen do get value for their shots whenever it passes the 30-yard circle. And also thanks to ACC and CAN for bringing out those new rollers, the grass cutters and the super stoppers. That would help, and that's a big swing. Pulled it away handsomely for a huge 6, that is. That's gone a long way.
Big man, Datta, the captain, scoring those quick runs for his team, standing tall out there in the middle. Fearless cricketer. Not at all afraid to take on Junaid Siddiqui. The deck hard on the back foot goes Datta towards mid-wicket. Stealing in boundaries against Junaid Siddiqui. It's the second maximum he got against Junaid.
He's not holding back easy. Wickets falling around him, but he's playing his natural game, Captain Datta. Goes again, this time along the ground, in that vacant mid-wicket region, runs away to the boundary again. Datta looking good.
Looks in total control against Junaid Siddiqui. Not learning from his mistakes. Hitting the deck hard on the back foot this time. Laying down the ground. Finds the boundary towards the deep mid wicket. It's the class the batsman has. The captain of Singapore.
Getting it in the same region again, Junaid. That's kind of a little poor bowling for me. Needs to check on his length. Let's see how he comes back, Junaid. And there you go, you can see a change of pace. Rolls the fingers over it. That's a good option. Comes up for Singapore in the 7th over.
It's good to see Datta putting up some fight. Though he has lost a couple of partners, he is making sure to get runs for his team. Moves to 31 in no time, 19 deliveries. Bit expensive, 35 runs leaked by Junaid Siddiqui, wicket to his name. Last delivery of the 4th over. First offered. Then able to find the gap straight towards the mid of the dot delivery. 7 gone, 56 for the loss of 2.
The scorecard there. 56 of 7. Loss of 2 wickets. Datta going well. Moved to 31 of 20. As I welcome Andrew Leonard once again. Good afternoon, Leonard. Hope you had a good lunch.
Liquid lunch. Just a Coca-Cola was all I got into. Is that or Pepsi? Sorry, Pepsi. I really enjoyed it. So that was it. Don't eat much in the grounds. Have a breakfast. Enjoy the afternoon.
But I'm happy to see there are some ice cream stalls there in the stands today. Hope you got some of it.
It's empty. I went up there. It's empty. It's going to be back in action on Thursday when they play their final group game. Now, what is interesting, listen to this, Shard, you're going to love this. This tournament, it's the first edition of it, the Premier Cup. But it had a precursor which you would have played in an awful lot, the Asian Cricket Council Elite Trophy. The reason it's a precursor is because they've added a tier to it. So the Challenger Cup is the sides that are lower down in the associate level, and this is the very best associates in Asia. And we speculated that this was a record in this competition. It is in this competition. So it is 471, the highest score so far in the Premier Cup, but it's the first edition of it. If we go back all the way to 2010, it was Afghanistan against Bhutan. What total did they make is the question. 471 equaled, would you believe it, the exact same number that the UAE have got to. That was against Bhutan. Asghar Afghan, the legendary iconic captain of Afghanistan, 151 of 83 deliveries in that game, and Bhutan only posted 78. Singapore are going to post a lot more than that 78, we hope. Kareem Siddique, one of the great original players, 130 off 92. So thanks to one of the guys who's reached out on social media with that stat. It's a beauty. End of the 8th over, 57 for 2. Rohan Mustafa, the great man, Ronnie into the attack. Such experience, didn't do it with the bat today. It's a chance for the ball, good economy rate. Vivek it was on social media, on Instagram. My thanks to you, Vivek. reached out, he said at cricket badge, and he sent me a full scorecard as the UAE equalled that record of Afghanistan at this ACC level. Remarkably, they only got 3 off the final over. So if they were watching back in Kabul, they would have been certain their record was about to go, but somehow, I think it was 2, if not 3 wickets in the final over, and only 3 runs. It meant that they couldn't get past Afghanistan's 471. Today, UAE have only equalled it. Doesn't make it any the less impressive. It's been a very, very one-sided contest, but it's nice to see Singapore play a few shots, hit a few boundaries. Into the 9th over. Don't know where our graphics have gone. There they are. Dutta in particular, probably pretty angry captain.
Yeah, at the moment is bringing all that anger out with his batting. Moved on to 31 of 24. Looks a good hitter. Does pack a punch. Rohan. It is. So spin from both ends. He's not gonna take much time to finish his overs for sure. There you go. Yeah, the batsman just makes an early move, and Rohan stops midway. Smiles all around.
Even when he doesn't make any runs, Rohan Mustafa, he's still the centre of attention. And a big smile on his face. Great to see him back playing with such joy. Fans are lazing on a Sunday afternoon. It's 59 for 2. What would your approach be here, Sharon? Have you ever had a kind of similar situation where you know the game in reality is probably gone as a contest, needing more than 10 and over already? Are you playing for personal pride? Are you playing for personal landmarks? Or what would you do going about chasing down it? I'm not going to chase down the total, but what can you take from the second innings?
It's best to play with a free mind for sure, like what Datta is doing at the moment. Yeah, it's very hard to imagine after getting hit for 471 runs. Yeah, thinking to chase that down would be probably too ambitious. And makes room, Datta. What a shot that was. Using the shorter boundary in the offside. Goes for a 6.
That's one of the other things to do, is to target that shorter boundary, isn't it? And Khan just grimaces because he knows this is a good shot. It's a very stylish one. He's taken that off middle stump. Heard a lot of talk the last few days from the IPL commentators. Some of whom I must say are better than others. Talking about almost just ignoring the stumps as a batter, particularly in T20 cricket, forgetting they're there. That's what he did there. He exposed all 3 stumps. This time it's through the gate. And Ayan Khan says, you might hit me for 6, but I'll get you out eventually. And there's something in a plan there between Mohammad Wasim, his captain, and the youngster. He's a star, this kid. Oh, the dance moves are out. There they are. A wiggle, a jiggle, and a couple of wickets to his name.
That's some ball. What a comeback ball that was after getting hit for back-to-back boundaries. Ball that a bit flatter. On the stumps, you miss, I hit, says Ayan Khan. Runs to the boundary, and what a shimmy that was. Getting the dance move, dancing shoes on. Datta goes after a well-made 38. UAE are 65 for 3.
Jan Modi to the crease very early into his career. We love Ayan Khan, he's a special kid. And we're going to see if we can get a look at not just the wicket, we can see the wicket any time. What about these dance moves? Now I know the national dance here in Nepal, what's it? It's the Dan dance, isn't it? Is this like the Dan dance or what's he got going? No, we're going to see the wicket first. Definite arm ball through the gate. Middle stump hits over to the captain and there it is. What do we call that? Strictly come Nepal dancing, eat your heart out.
Oh, that's a close one. Big appeal. And he's gone. Modi goes for 0. Hey, oh yes, the UAE are celebrating. That's a high five or a hip five.
Oh, the toes are dancing. Mustafa didn't like being upstaged by the 17-year-old. He wants to get into the act. This looks pretty plumb, doesn't it? It's turned quite sharply. Did it hit him in line was the only question. Mustafa thought so. So did the umpire. The finger goes up. Modi's gone for a first ball duck. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I know, I'm not sure about that one, Ronnie. Veritia trying to get into the act. It's all happening in Kathmandu. Modi's gone for none. And Singapore 66 for 4. Vinath Bhaskaran to the crease. He bowled really well. He's going to have to bat ludicrously well to give Singapore any hope. Realistically, the game is gone, and UAE, I have to say, Sharad, it is so nice to see them back with joy and playing and expressing themselves with fun and happiness. That's the Dan dance, that's the one I'm going to call. Been learning his Nepali customs. Not sure what we call the twinkle toes of Ronnie Mustafa. I think just like everything, maybe the youngster is the better one of the two.
Yeah, definitely. You're having fun there out in the outfield, and that's how you play your cricket. You enjoy it, you play hard on the field. Ayan Khan brought those dancing shoes. Rohin showed it. He can do better than him as well. Bowling his overs quickly as you can expect.
There it is. The toe taps and the bum taps. I think that one needs a little bit of work, lads. 11 bowled, 68 for 4.
Khan comes for in his 6th over. Talk between Manpreet and Ayan. He says, ready to ball.
I'll tell you one thing, Sharad. At this level, associate game and all the ICC pathway events or the ACC events, it is the match referees and the umpires who come together to pick the players of the match. I'm very glad it is. But at the top level, the commentators do it. Gives the broadcast more consistent, more commentators together. But at this level, I'm glad it's their job because I don't want to pick it today. It's too hard to pick. How do you split Mohamed Wasim, Baritia Aravand, and then 74 from Ayan Khan and what could be a 3, 4, 5 wicket haul? Impossible. I don't know if they have it within them to have a joint player of the match, but they might need to.
Yup, that's a tough one to pick. Probably all three can have pieces of it.
One more update, and again, you say anything on air, someone's always going to correct you, so apologies for getting this one wrong. That 471 that the UAE equalled of Afghanistan isn't the highest in the history of the Asian Cricket Council Elite Trophy, the precursor to this event. It was in fact the UAE's 510 in the same year against Bhutan. Again, Bhutan were on the back end of some real beatings in that tournament, obviously. So 13 years ago, UAE did get by.
See there, Rohan slightly pissed it up. Manpreet going over that mid-wicket boundary, the sort of side. Yeah, Rohan hoping that the fielder reaches it. Yeah, Rohan so quick between the overs. To check, he could break the record of bowling the fastest over in ODI cricket.
Him and Dependra, they just fly through, don't they? Dependra Singh Airi helped her in the corner. Good fielding. And a smile as well from Asif Khan. He missed out on runs, but wholehearted an effort in the deep. Ronnie, not happy with how they're coming out at the moment. This one angling down. Very good work, though, from the man they call Lala in and around the UAE setup. He's like the mini Shahid Afridi, they reckon. Back live with you now. Dot ball to close out the 13th. It's 77 for 4. Tape at the moment, 77 for 4. We heard those two records that we thought were tied and then broken. The first one, Afghanistan posting the exact same number, 471. It was at the Ahmadi City ground in Kuwait, and that was where the ACC Elite Trophy was back in 2010. And then we heard UAE going past it in 510. Again, a big shout out to Vivek on social media for telling me this. He also tells me the man to my left played in the final of that competition. You weren't going to tell me the numbers though, were you, Sharon?
Yes, I remember that game. Afghanistan Yeah, we lost in the final to Afghanistan, and I remember those bullet balls being thrown at us by Shapur, Hamid, and Zadran. That's another boundary. Harmanpreet, he's getting a move on. I think these two are the best batters in the team.
Yeah, down the ground and played very nicely for 4. Yeah, they were quick, weren't they? It was April 2010. Was it a close game? Did you nearly win?
Oh, that's some turn from Ayan Khan.
We are going upstairs. A late decision. The square leg umpire. We're talking about the 2010 ACC Elite Trophy final, which was a precursor to this Premier event. Was it close? Batted second. Take a look at the LBW, or the stumping here. Come to that in a moment. Tell me about this game 13 years ago. Here's your memory.
Well, most of all, I remember Hamid coming and Shahzad coming up to us and saying, better get out soon or Hamid was gonna kill you. So I remember Gyanu replying back in that game saying that it's okay, we'll be killed in the ground itself, we are representing our country, something like that, you know, the chat going on in the ground itself. Yeah, what a battle it was.
Front foot is fine. You were chasing. Afghanistan batted first, and it was a very fine pace attack. Shapur Zadran off that ludicrously long run. Hamid Hassan, he was rapid. Mirwais Ashraf, very accurate. Mohammed Nabi, how long has he been around? For Samuel Shenwari as well. You needed 225 to win. Did you get close, do you remember?
No, we didn't at all. Yeah, I remember though, I was trying to bat long as much as possible. I remember Hamid Hassan breaking the stumps in that game when he bowled to our head selector here, Dipendra Chaudhary.
Was the first bowler for Dipendra Chaudhary in that game. Clean bowl by Hamid Hassan. I have to give you some credit, Jared. You top scored in the game. Problem was the top score was only 35. As Afghanistan routed Nepal all out for 129 and went on to win by 95 runs. Great memories those, and I'm sure you and everyone in Nepal has been proud of the rise of Afghanistan too.
Yes, those were the times as we wait for the umpire signal. I think the message has been conveyed. Maybe the electricity not working. It's not out. Yeah, those were the times when Afghanistan and Nepal were in the same level of Division 5. We're both rising together. And I see many fans talking about those times now as well. We should say, see where Afghanistan has reached and you guys are still in that level. It's 14 gone, Singapore are 82 for 4.
Lovely to hear the thoughts of Sharad Basakar on the journey through the last decade plus for Nepali and also Afghan cricket. It also must feel light years away in terms of the amount of cricket you had to play back then. That was a kind of, as you said the other day on air with me, a once or twice a year tournament that you got to play. That is a beauty. I'm not sure how that's missed. Nearly taken out first slip off the hip of Ritti Aravind as well. Turn and bounce. A smile from Karthik Mayappan at first slip. This is already, we've had that series of 2 triangular series on this ground. Stunning bowling. Tour to Dubai. There was a PM Cup here, a Mayor's Cup here. Now the ACC Elite. Nepal will move on to the Cricket World Cup qualifiers, the second time in their history. There's a potential Asia Cup later in the year if they can win this tournament. There's a Emerging Teams Cup in July. There's then a T20 World Cup Asia Regional Qualifier. There's a potential of a World Cup appearance too. And get through Zimbabwe. They could be playing 10 months of the year this year. The stuff of dreams for you as a young Nepali cricketer, I would say.
Absolutely. It's almost like 10 times more games that you play now if you represent the national team in Nepal. 15 overs gone by, Singapore are 84 for 4.
So I've shared Visakar with me for one more over. We're talking about the journey that really not just Nepali cricket has taken, but the associate game has taken. Has it been sort of a perfect storm of the ability to stream these matches, televise them? And the track, good strike from Singh and gets enough of it for 6. It's a really good shot. It's with the spin, holds his shape, gets it all the way. It's a good stroke, isn't it? He bowled nicely, Manpreet Singh. He's off to a good start with the bat too.
That was a beautiful shot. Played with the turn, made some room, got to the pitch of the ball and hit it cleanly. Yeah, that's cleared the ropes comfortably.
But is it that perfect storm of the fact that these games can be broadcast now so the sponsors can come in and support it and get the exposure? We had a look on just in Nepal alone, that's the only YouTube feed we can access on OSR Sports. There was, for a neutral game, UAE versus Singapore, there's more than 10,000 concurrently watching that. So those eyeballs, they bring value. And that is making all of these tournaments possible.
Absolutely spot on, Andrew. I believe there are so many close matches in this associate levels as well, which was not broadcasted before. I mean, it's good for the game. The game is growing in Asia especially, and you can see another shot down the ground by Manpreet. He's looking solid.
Those sponsors' boards are taking a battering throughout this ACC Premier Cup. 50 boundaries. That's 54s to go alongside more than 26s. It's been a run fest. Pitch of the highest quality. Singh showing that it is still that in the second innings. Khan just taking a bit of punishment.
There are so many stories I would like to share, Andrew. Back those times, we used to have just 1 or 2 jerseys, just one bat shared around the dressing room maybe. And it's the 16th over done. Singapore are 97 for 4.
Yeah, fantastic to hear those thoughts of Sharad Visakar, who was with me there for the last 8 or 9 overs. Change now here. I'm joined by Mudassar Ali. Mudassar, you spent great parts of your life in the United Arab Emirates. You know all these guys well. I'm not getting into the politics of what's been and gone and whatnot, but the future's looking very bright for this team.
Definitely after that turmoil which that these lads went through, especially talking about those 2018, what happened to this team, and Ahmad Raza stepping up and taking the responsibility of captain and leading this new bunch of lads. At the right time, he took that retirement, he gave the captaincy, he handed over to CP Rizwan, then it went on to Mohammad Wasim. It wasn't an easy ride for UAE. coming into this tournament. With that added responsibility, he's flourishing well with the bat. Mohammad Wasim leading the troop nicely, giving these young lads and the respect to the seniors. It is the key. The way Asif Lala came in this team, Rohan Mustafa, he always banks on their ideas. Mohammad Wasim, the youngsters playing around these senior players. We'll have this conversation in the next over. 17 gone, 99 for the loss of 4.
Decent fight from Singapore, and another day, 99 runs in 17 overs, might be setting you up for a total in and around 300. Should be a pretty good effort. Could be a winning score. Problem is, UAE have posted 471 ripples of applause from the knowledgeable crowd who see the 100 coming up. They're going to let the youngster, I think, bowl is 10 out straight. Is there half an eye to the heavens? Half an eye from the captain, Mohammad Wasim, just knowing that 20 overs will constitute a game? Just wants to get those in as quickly as possible.
Absolutely, and weather has never been kind to UAE, especially talking about these Asia Cup qualifiers. 2018, when UAE met Hong Kong in the final, after 11 overs, all of a sudden started raining and the game was cut down to 24 overs. Still they managed to post above 170 in 24 overs, UAE. What an excellent chase it was, especially the man, the all-rounder Azaz for Hong Kong, getting those quick runs, making sure the travel to Dubai for the 2018 Asia Cup. And recently, couple of days back, once again, we have seen the DL method coming in when UAE took on Hong Kong. Mohammad Wasim wants to make sure that at least they complete those 20 overs quota quickly.
Yeah, and I think we will get them in. We'll get them in comfortably. There's every chance we'll get the whole second innings in too. But if they hadn't, they wouldn't just have been robbed of the 2 points. It would have been a point apiece. They'd have been robbed of the net run rate. Those 471, you want every single one of them to count. They're going to, as long as they can get the next 2 overs in, which, given Rohan Mustafa's timings, I'm sure they will. 18 bowled, 102 for 4. Mustafa to continue. Known as a specialist death bowler as well, isn't he? Which sounds crazy for an off spinner. We've seen Dipender Singh Hari do that for Nepal now too. Very, very clever bowler.
Not only the death overs as well, he bowls with the new ball, quickly completes his over. The com box we have a ticker going on. 30 seconds. There you go. The third delivery of this over is ready.
And this is with the left-hand, right-hand combination too. There's 2 right-handers there. It could have been even quicker. I think he's bowled an over before in a minute. He's not going to do it this time, back live. But when he bowls dots, it helps. Only got 2 to go here. 54 seconds on the clock. We're not making this up. It's happening as we're watching. Oh, you've gone by the minute, Ronnie. Come on. Won't be a single. Oh, it will with the misfield. That's going to slow it down a touch. But we're obviously having a bit of fun here with the timer. It's actually a real asset for a team, isn't it? Because it just gets through those overs.
Almost under 2 minutes he's bowling this over. There you go. 1.25 seconds to complete the over.
I'm going to time it at 1:27, Rohan Mustafa. Pretty good, but you can do better. End of the 19th. 105 for 4. Match to be constituted. I don't think it's going to rain. The wind is kicking up. There's quite a bit of rain in the forecast, and this is a real throwback now, isn't it? A throwback to an older era, an opening bowler, and it's a spin bowler bowling his 10 overs straight through.
There was a chance. Taking that outside edge, Mayappan, not quick. Survives the batter, Vinod Bhaskaran. It's a heavy wind blowing in the comp box as well.
Yeah, the wind was causing a bit of havoc there. We were losing our team sheets, our foam stops our microphones from banging around. It's all happening, not just on the pitch today, up here too. Let's hope that wind doesn't get up to the levels we had the other day. It does feel a bit threatening. A few fans are kind of scurrying to take some cover, and the trees are really getting a good blowing now, but as long as the UAE can bowl 3 more balls, they'll have done enough to get a completed match in, even if it's abridged. They've been very, very good today, really, with all 3 disciplines.
Absolutely, they batted well, they bowled well, they fielded well, and they will be eyeing the net run rate. They have a good chance. Once again, taking that edge, get someone else in the first slip. It was Mayappan, and the ball races towards the fence. Another chance gone begging.
The slip had just been sent wider because of the drop earlier in the over. So he's at an unnatural position for a left-arm spinner for spinning the ball in. Because you're turning it in, you're going to get fine edges. So that's a little bit of an experience from all 3 of those there. Ayan Khan, Karthik Mayappan at first slip, and Varitya Aravind. You're turning it in, you'll get fine edges. You're turning it away, you'll get thick edges. Slightly better. I'd still like him another step to his right. Ayan Khan should have had 3 for 49. Instead, he's got 2 for 53 from his 10. And he's a little bit frustrated with it, but the 20 overs are in. And now the UAE can look about bowling Singapore out. 112 for 4.